Hello friends, in this lecture we will see losses and efficiencies of a centrifugal pump. Okay, so as like in case of reciprocating pump, here also there are various losses in centrifugal pump. So there are basic three losses. First is the hydraulic loss, second one is the mechanical loss, and third one is the leakage loss. Okay, so these are the basic three losses in case of centrifugal pump. So what are the parameters, or what are the things comes under hydraulic losses that we'll see. So hydraulic losses. Okay, so there are basically two types in hydraulic losses. One is the hydraulic losses in pump, and second one is the other hydraulic losses. Okay, so what hydraulic losses in pump consist of, we'll see. So shock and eddies, eddy losses at entry and exit of impeller. Okay, so in the centrifugal pump there are shock and eddy losses at the entry and exit of impeller. Because of that the hydraulic loss takes place. Then friction losses in the impeller, and friction and eddy losses in guide vanes and casing. Okay, so these are the things comes under the hydraulic losses in pump. Other hydraulic losses are nothing but the friction and other minor losses in suction pipe, as well as friction and other minor losses in delivery pipe. So these are what the other hydraulic losses. Okay, now we'll see what are the things comes under the mechanical losses. So mechanical losses are the disc friction between impeller and liquid, which fills clearance space between the impeller and casing. Okay, so disc friction between impeller and liquid which fills clearance spaces between impeller and casing. And next is the mechanical friction of main bearing and glands. Okay, so these are what the losses of hydraulic and mechanical. Now the next or the last loss is the leakage loss. Okay, so what happens whenever the pump is built ordinarily, in that case watertight casing is not possible. Okay, so there is always leakage from suction and delivery spaces from high pressure point to a low pressure point. Okay, so that liquid which escapes is known as the leakage losses. Okay, some of the times there will be the eddies also formed because of these leakage points. Okay, so these are the losses which comes under the leakage losses. Okay, now we will see what are the various efficiencies in case of centrifugal pump. Okay, so we will see the various efficiencies now. So before moving to the efficiencies, first we'll see this schematic over here. So this giving the working of the particular pump, centrifugal pump. So the first power is given to the shaft. Okay, from shaft the shaft will rotate the impeller. Okay, then the liquid will come out of the casing, and from casing it will be given to the delivery point. Okay, so there is a losses from this particular point till this particular point. Okay, so the shaft power given to the shaft to the impeller power, there are losses. These losses are nothing but the mechanical losses. Okay, now in the impeller the power is given by Roki VW1 U1 upon 1000, that is in kilowatt. Now at the exit of casing we will have the another power other than the impeller power. That is because of the hydraulic losses in the pump. Okay, so because of the hydraulic losses the power will change from impeller power to the output power, and that output power is nothing but rho GQ H manometric, that is the manometric head divided by 1000. Now from this casing to the delivery point, that is the static power, and that is given by rho GQHS upon 1000. So from this point, that is exit of casing to the static power, we will get the other hydraulic losses, or to the delivery exit we will have the other hydraulic losses. That is what the friction in the suction and delivery pipe. So these are what the various losses. Okay, now based on this we will go for the various efficiencies. So the first efficiency is the manometric efficiency. So the manometric efficiency is the ratio of manometric head developed by the pump to the head imparted by the impeller to liquid. Okay, so it is what the manometric efficiency is the manometric head developed by the pump to the head imparted by the impeller. So Hm is the manometric head, and head imparted by the impeller to the liquid is given by Vw2U2 upon G. So this I can write as GHM divided by Vw2U2. Okay. Now we know that Vw2 Hm is equal to Vw2U2 by G minus losses in pump. So this is what we have seen in the last lecture. Hence I can get Vw2U2 by G is equal to Hm plus losses in pump. Okay. So hence I can write manometric efficiency as Hm divided by, so this Vw2U2 by G, I will replace it with Hm plus losses in pump. Okay. Now if I multiply this by, let's say, rho GQ. Okay, if I multiply this by rho GQ, then I will be getting rho GQ Hm. Okay, that is what the power actually delivered by the pump. This is what the power actually delivered by the pump. And rho GQ, that is Hm plus losses in pump, is nothing but the power imparted by the impeller. So this I can write as power actually delivered by pump divided by the power imparted by impeller. So this is what the manometric efficiency. The manometric efficiency is what? The manometric head developed by the pump to the power imparted, or the head imparted by the impeller. Okay, so that is also we can say as a power actually delivered by the pump to the power imparted by the impeller. So this is what the manometric efficiency. Okay, the next is the volumetric efficiency. Now the volumetric efficiency is the ratio of quantity of a liquid discharged per second from pump to the quantity passing per second through the impeller. Okay, so volumetric efficiency we can write as quantity of liquid discharge through pump, or by pump rather, to the quantity passing per second through impeller. Quantity of liquid passing through the impeller. Okay, so we know that through the impeller, when the liquid is passing, there are some leakage. Okay, and because of that, the actual discharge is differing from the quantity of liquid which passed through the impeller. Okay, hence suppose the actual quantity which is delivered, if I am saying that is the Q, then Q plus delta Q will be the quantity of liquid passing through the impeller, where delta Q is nothing but the leakage. Okay, so this is what the volumetric efficiency. Okay, the next is mechanical efficiency. So if you observe this particular diagram carefully, okay, so see, here are the mechanical losses. Okay, so the power at the impeller divided by the shaft power is nothing but the mechanical efficiency. Okay, so we can define this as, it is the ratio of power actually delivered by impeller. Okay, so power actually delivered by impeller okay, to the power supplied to the shaft. Okay, This is what the power supplied to shaft. Okay, so actually power delivered by the impeller to the power supplied to the shaft. That is what the what we can say the mechanical efficiency, because there is the only mechanical losses taking place. Okay, so I can write this as, so power actually delivered by impeller is nothing but rho GQ, okay, into VW1 U1 upon G, okay, divided by shaft power, So this I can write in terms of head as well. Okay, so this is what VW1 U1 by G, that is what the head, divided by the energy head given to the shaft. This is what energy head given to shaft. It means what? So this is what the rho GQ I am just removing. So I am removing the rho GQ from shaft power. So what is the head given to the shaft? That is what the energy head given to shaft. So that energy head will be definitely this head plus the mechanical losses. So energy head given to shaft will be head, that is the VW1 U1 by G, plus the mechanical losses. So this equation will become VW1 U1 by G upon VW1 U1 by G plus the mechanical losses, Okay, so this is what the mechanical efficiency. Okay. Okay, the next is overall efficiency. So the overall efficiency is nothing but what? The power output from the pump, that is casing exit, to the power input given to the shaft or to the prime mover. Okay, so this is what the power output from the pump to the power input to the pump. Okay, so power output from the pump is nothing but what? Rho GQ into manometric head. So this is, I am writing rho GQ into manometric head divided by power input to impeller, prime mover, power input to pump or shaft power. This is also known as shaft power. Okay, so this is what the volumetric efficiency. This is also written as manometric efficiency into volumetric efficiency into mechanical efficiency. So this is what the overall efficiency. Okay, so the overall efficiency will be power output from pump to the power input to the pump. So overall efficiency will be manometric efficiency into volumetric efficiency into mechanical efficiency. Thank you.